everybody, and welcome into Blue Jays Today, where your boys always have something to say about the Toronto Blue Jays. I'm your host, Nicholas Playala.
And I'm your host, Adam Peddle. And today, guys, we've got one of the most electrifying players on the Blue Jays. From 28th round selection to fan favorite phenom, he burst onto the MLB scene with a mustache, a mission, and one of the hottest debuts you've ever seen in Blue Jays history. With grit and power, he's redefining what it means to seize the moment. Please welcome your favorite player, David Schneider.
Good intro. I like that. Thanks guys.
Yo,
Thanks for having me.
some people may even, it's possible, or I've seen it on Twitter before, but some people may refer to you as a legend. What's up, bro? We brought we made these shirts. I think we made these shirts.
Someone sent them to us.
Someone sent these. Okay.
Right after your debut, we got a box of these shirts. They're like, yo, you gotta wear these shirts. I just made these. You ever seen these ones?
I've seen those ones. I mean, I know that picture, and like I have seen those shirts, but not. I only seen them blue, but not the white ones.
I think I've got the blue one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's
nice
gotta
guy,
be a actually, you know, now that we're on the topic, what's it like? Like, is it a surreal experience to, you know, obviously, you know, you're a public figure now, you know, you're a baseball player, but to have people that you don't know making
wear your face?
Yeah, like making shirts with your face on it. What's that like, dude?
I think it's funny. I still don't think it's like really hit me yet. I know like all my buddies back home and like my family was like, what are people doing? Like, you're literally such like I'm like literally a kid from, you know, small town in New Jersey. So like none of this really kind of seems real, but you know, it's just fun. I think the fans are really great. Everyone's really nice in Toronto. So like none of them are really a-holes or anything like that, but it is pretty cool to kind of see everyone kind of take like the mustache and the glasses and turn it into something like a little bit bigger.
Well, speaking of the mustache, actually, I mean, because let's face it, that's the I feel like that's the ultimate icebreaker for you. It's like talking about the mustache, just because it is like such like it's effectively your calling card at this point. It feels like, anyways. Is there a pressure with you to maintain the mustache? And have you ever had a moment in time where you're thinking to yourself, man, I kind of want to shave this thing, but I don't think I can because I'm David Schneider now.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I know last year I grew a beard out just because, you know, the team wasn't playing well. I was like, all right, I might as well just I wasn't playing well, the team wasn't playing well, so it was like, we got to switch something up. But now, you know, you can't really do it. I mean, it's just got to keep rolling with it until Game 7 of the World Series or something.
Yeah. Hey, it's working right now for you. Let me tell you that. You don't need me to tell you, but it's definitely working. Now, I was listening to the sixth inning stretch because we got friends of Lindsey Dunn and Whit Merrifield over there. Listening to the sixth inning stretch, and you were telling them that you were like a 6 or 7 handicap golfer. Nick and I, we've been trying to get into golf the last couple of years. I am a 25 handicap golfer. It is. You know, we're working on. We were 30 last year. We're down to 25. You know, we're working on the game.
I'm 22.
Okay.
So
he's flexing on me. He's flexing on me a little bit. But if you give me some advice, because I've heard all these videos and stuff, and you know about how to lower your score and whatnot. Like, what's the best advice you got for someone who's like, you know, I'm just trying to keep the ball in play and whatnot. To lower my score, what's the best advice?
I mean, I need to take some advice too, but I don't know. I mean, I'm not, like I said, I'm still kind of new to it. I started during COVID, so I'm not like still the best. Ernie's, you know, the best on the team, and
Ernie's
probably
great.
Probably the best in the league, to be honest. Him and Jeff McNeil, I hear, is pretty good.
Oh yeah.
But I would say just swing your swing. Don't try to like imitate like Roy McIlroy or Tiger Woods' a swing or something like that. Just try to put the ball in play and, you know, try to keep it simple. Literally just hit the ball straight. That's literally all you have to do. I mean, the old man golf, like I play with a lot of like sometimes old guys, and they literally just hit it straight 200 yards, and they still end up making a 4 or 5 on every hole. Because they just keep it in play and keep it straight. That's it.
What's your best skill, right? Is it the drive? Is it the putting, the chipping?
Depends on the day. Sometimes it's the drive, sometimes it's the putting, but it literally, if I could do every single asset of the game good, I would be like a scratch golfer, but that's why I'm asked. It's because it's hit or miss depending on the day.
It's very humbling to hear a 6 handicap golfer say that he's ass.
I'm not ass. I'm just saying, just like I wish I could be better sometimes.
Yeah,
it's funny. It's like I always tell myself, man, if I just hit like 15 handicap, like I'll be so satisfied. But I already know, like once I'm there, I'm gonna keep climbing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's human nature. You're never gonna be satisfied.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that is the magic of golf. Now, in preparation for this interview, the second that you confirmed that you'd be coming on with us, we took to Twitter, and your family is pretty active on Twitter. So we actually messaged your sister, and we said, "Hey, you got any stories? You got anything that we can pick Davis's brain about to kind of catch him off guard here?" So the people need the truth. Your family needs the truth. Your parents need the truth.
I think I already know where you're going at.
Did you actually read because of Winn-Dixie?
Yeah.
Tell us the story.
So I had a book report. I think it was like 6th grade. And my mom said I couldn't go over to my friend's house until I finished the book. And I did it in like probably 3 hours. It was like 180 pages. Like it wasn't that long. And read it. Went over to my buddy's house, and then my dad picked me up later. Was like, "Oh, you're in trouble. You didn't read the book." And I was like, "What do you mean? I finished the whole thing." And I did finish it. Like I read the whole thing. And my mom didn't believe me because of the crease, like in the spine of the book was at page like 80 or something like that. So she was like, "This guy didn't finish it." And so I got home, and my mom quizzed me about it, and still doesn't believe me. I got every single question right, and she still didn't believe me. And then my sisters like kind of still joke with me today about it, but she didn't believe me because like the spine in the book was kind of off.
Sorry. You say 180 pages in 3 hours?
That's some pretty quick reading, Davis.
Yeah.
I don't even believe you. I could barely get through like
it was
50.
It was not a kid's book, but it was just like it wasn't a Twilight where the words are like 200 words on each one or something like that. It was an easy book to read.
Okay.
Yeah.
So not a tough read, but you did actually read the book.
I did read the book, yeah.
All right, so we can put that Schneider mystery to rest then. The second thing that your sisters told us about is that apparently you had a tendency growing up to make parody songs about your dogs. Can you speak on that a little bit? Do you remember any of this? Or even better, I mean, the floor is yours in case you want to go for it.
The floor is definitely not mine. But that is true. I did. I still do. I still kind of remember the songs. I still kind of sing them once in a while to my sisters just to make them laugh. But yeah, I mean, I'm a loser, so I love my dog. So I love my dog growing up. I love my dog now. But I don't know how I didn't get bullied more in high school or middle school. To be honest.
Hey, man. All good. I used to write like short stories about my cats. You know, hey, you love your animals when your Annie pals when you're growing up. You know what I mean?
But yes, that was definitely true. I used to sing all the time about like my dog. Used to like make like parody songs about just my dog because I just loved him. So
does the line "In what city is the fur white and the dogs don't bite"? Does that mean anything to you?
Yeah, that's it. That's Paradise City. Or my dog was called Duke, and I used to call that song was Duke City. Yeah. So
okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to get a copy. Maybe we'll ask Madeline if she's got any recordings.
Yeah. I mean
no, that's all right. I think her phone's disconnected or something like that. Yeah.
The next time the boys are getting after it, you know, and maybe you've had like one or two, we definitely would be interested in hearing a full rendition. But I understand it's early in the morning. We haven't had our breakfast yet. We don't need to do that today.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on a little bit. I want to talk about this thing that we saw on Wednesday because we actually were at the game on Wednesday. My goodness, that was an electric atmosphere.
Oh, nice. That's a good one to go to.
Fun. Oh my God. We were actually sitting in the corner left center field and we saw Dalton crash in the wall twice. That was wild. Felt the thump from there. But we were at the game and I noticed during the post-game interview there was some baby powder action happening, and it's not the first time we saw the baby powder action happening. Miles Straw coming out and dumping baby powder on Addison Barger, and then you had an experience where it was dumped on you. Tell us a little bit about the baby powder action. How'd that begin?
I don't know. Miles, I think, just did it one day to me, and then he's a jokester, so he'll find any way, whether that's me, Barger, Ernie, Bassett as well. He'll try to mess with us in any shape or form. And then I guess we got the end of the baby powder on that day. But yeah, Miles, I'm gonna get him back for it. I haven't got him back yet, but if he does a post-game interview, it's not going to just be baby powder. It's going to be a bunch of stuff where we can't get it off for a couple of days.
Okay, what are we thinking? Yeah. What's the brainstorm here? What are we dumping on Miles?
Maybe some maple syrup plus baby powder, so it'll be like a little sticky and kind of like, I forget what one word, but yeah, baby powder, maple syrup, maybe some salt or something, pepper, so we can sneeze a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
I think that we're onto something here, Davis. I mean, like the next viral moment, the next viral clip for the Toronto Blue Jays is if you guys just increasingly keep going up the ladder of ridiculousness. So every time that, because obviously it starts with the dump of the Gatorade and everything, but now we're getting to the baby powder, and then you throw in the maple syrup in there. We just keep climbing the ladder here,
Yeah, it could get out of hand, but we'll tone it back if it needs to come to that. But I'm going to get him back.
I'm waiting for the MLB post of Toronto Blue Jays have another new post-game celebration. It just keeps getting more and more ridiculous, man.
Hey, big league wins are hard to come by. You got to celebrate anyway how.
Exactly.
Speaking of, Miles Straw, and he likes playing pranks and everything like that, the clubhouse, obviously the vibes have been immaculate this year. Is that something that you guys do regularly? Play practical jokes on each other, and if so, is there any stories that you can tell us that maybe haven't come out yet about a practical joke in the clubhouse that we haven't heard, or alternatively speaking, who's the one guy that just like is the perpetrator in all of this? Is that Miles Straw?
I mean, it's definitely Miles, but there's nothing like anything crazy that happens like in the clubhouse. But I mean, we just love hanging out with each other. I feel like that's like the biggest thing. Obviously, winning helps kind of create that culture. But I feel like we already have that culture like right in spring training, just because of the personalities we have in that locker room. Everyone kind of mixes and gels perfectly together, from the pitching staff to the position players. Like, I feel like we're just all on the same page, and that helps you kind of just win on the field and makes winning just even that much better.
Yeah, you kind of already answered this question I was going to ask, but like the difference between last year and this year, the vibes, like obviously from an outsider point of view, it feels way better. Like, what has been the major difference? Is it just winning for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, Joe Torre had a quote, like he was asked like, how do you create a winning culture? And he's like, well, you can't have a culture unless you start winning first. So like, I feel like winning helped us create that culture and help us like kind of be a little bit more kind of laid back a little bit and have a little bit more fun. And when you're having more fun out there, it's going to be easier to go out there and win. And everyone's really playing well too. Like, obviously we're playing good baseball, but everyone's kind of doing their part, like up and down the lineup from 1 through 9, pitching, bullpen, even the bench guys. Like, everyone's kind of doing their part and helping us win. And that's what you need for, 162 and into the playoffs. Like, everyone has to contribute. And if you look at the best teams in the league, everyone has a complete team. And I feel like, let's look at the Brewers. They don't have a big thumper, but there's a reason they're the best team in baseball, because their whole lineup is contributing 1 through 9.
Yeah, no, 100%, dude. And it does, like, from an outsider looking in, you can't even really like quantify it, but it feels so different watching you guys play baseball this year, and just the way that everybody conducts themselves, and the post-game interviews and everything. Like, it looks like this unspoken energy that's just like throughout everything, and it has been honestly awesome to watch. Now, in those post-game interviews, like we were alluding to, you have these dumps of Gatorade quite regularly. The most recent one that happened on Wednesday, there's a clip of it right here. It's you and it's Vladdy, and you're trying to get Barger. And Barger, I mean, last second, dude, he does I don't want to say a spin move, but, you know, he jukes out of the way, and you effectively miss him completely. And I don't know if you've seen this clip or you saw it in the moment, but the look from Vladimir Guerrero Jr. that he gives you has kind of gone viral there. What happened in that moment, man? Were you guys just weren't synced up, or what's going on?
No, Barger, like you said, Barger kind of moved out of the way pretty quick. So like, I was just trying to jump. I'm not going to dump him a little bit too much, but then we just completely whiffed, or at least I did. And then Vladdy kind of blamed it on me, which rightfully so. That was not the best dump by me. I mean, I only did it like twice, so I'm not like pro at it. But yeah, Vladdy was kind of a little pissed at me there for a second, but it's all right.
Yeah, that was all right. It was kind of a funny moment right there. Also, speaking of six inning stretch, you were mentioning that you're in a fantasy league with Chris Bassett, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
have you had the draft yet?
We did, yeah.
Okay.
The other night.
What's the team looking like, or how confident are we feeling?
Good. Me and Bass, we're on this. Bass didn't do great last year in the league, so like, I mean, I came in third or fourth. Like we were in the semifinals. But yeah, me and Bass kind of wanted the team up together and kind of make a run at this thing, and then we were excited. Bass is so full of energy. So draft night, he was pumped, and we took Saquon at 2. That was our pick, and then we took a couple wide receivers, and then our quarterback is Jared Goff, so that's a good one. Mm-hmm. So our team's looking pretty good. And so Sandlin's team, if you ever see Sandlin, or his team is probably one of the worst teams I ever seen assembled.
Was there any questionable picks that he made? That was like, what, there's always one guy that makes a questionable pick.
I think he took like 4 tight ends, 4 running backs. Yeah,
Is it a standard league, like a standard, 2 wide receiver, 2 running back?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think he took 4 tight ends, or at least
that's crazy,
or something like that, and like 4 running backs. So it was a weird. He had the 12th pick, so like, which is the last pick in our draft. So it's like, you can't really do too much with it. It's an automatic, like, you're not going to win. But he just took that to a whole nother level of not going to win. So
sure.
Well, I got to imagine he's going to probably be leveraging the market of tight ends.
That's what he said. He's like, it's all about the trades. Like, your draft night, it's not going to be the same team. So he's like, I'm working on the trades already.
Okay. Well, you guys got...
Yeah, I mean, if he has a plan, then yeah. But that plan is not great so far.
You gotta have like a team-wide collusion where it's like, okay, guys, we can't be trading. We gotta let his team tank right here.
We actually might do that. Because how funny his team is already, but we'll see. Hopefully, he can actually make some moves and get. I mean, you never know. I mean, fantasy's weird, so like you just really never know.
Yeah. Truly anything can happen, but I want to know what happens if you and Chris, this kind of co-run team right here. If you guys finish last, are you both gonna do the whole Bat Boy thing come next year's spring? Like, what's the? Because the punishment is, I think, what's made this league so hilarious from an outsider looking in is you guys have that punishment every year.
Yeah, I think that's the punishment that we're gonna do. I don't think everyone's decided on what we're gonna do yet this year, but I think that's like obviously still a top choice. But yeah, if we both end up losing, like, yeah, it's going to be a weird one where either I'm the Bat Boy and he's like, I don't know, on the other side doing the bat boy for the other team.
Maybe go down the line or something.
Yeah.
Like in the foul territory.
2 guys. Yeah. So it's going to be funny because there's a couple teams with 2 guys on it. So, I mean, if one of them loses, then it's going to be a funny one for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Selfishly, I'm hoping that one of those teams lose. You guys win, but like one of those other guys, I kind of want to see the 2-person punishment here.
Yeah.
I don't know. Seeing Bass in that helmet this year was pretty fun. Just how big he is and his big mug with the helmet. It was a sight to see.
Absolutely. Speaking of other teammates, I got one more here for you. Online, there's been, a lot of nicknames thrown around about other Toronto Blue Jays. I'm just curious to hear from your perspective. Have you guys heard anybody call George Springer Unk?
No.
You've never heard that?
No, not definitely on the Clubhouse, but I've seen that like on social media and everything. That name's getting thrown around a little bit, but no one calls him that. Everyone just calls him George or Four. But yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So I'm curious to know if he has heard that people have called him.
Yeah.
I bet he has. I mean, he's not like delusional or anything like that, so he definitely sees some stuff out there. But George doesn't really pay attention to like I would say the public. Like, he doesn't do social media. He just goes home with his family and everything like that. Like, he's very like a quiet dude, which is what I love about him. He doesn't really try to distract himself from the outside noise. He just goes to the field, plays baseball, and goes back with his fam, which is what makes him really great.
Well,
it's phenomenal this year.
Let him know that the Blue Jays today says that he does in fact still have it.
He does
Speaking of baseball, brother, I want to flashback all the way to your MLB debut, because that was such a fun watch. I still think about that weekend series, in Boston and Fenway Park. Like, it was just electric, across the board electric. And you go up, and in your first career at bat in the show, I mean, the lights are bright. It's Fenway. It's a historic place. You smack one, out of the ballpark. In that moment, when you were rounding the bases, was it just like a full, like, you're blacked out right here? You're just going, zero thoughts happening? Or was there kind of an internal monologue going, holy shit, I'm a big leaguer right now?
It was definitely a little bit of both. Like, I don't really, it's true. Like, I do not remember kind of rounding the bases from like first to, I remember seeing Galsey like in the dugout clapping. That's like the kind of only thing I kind of remember, but that's really kind of about it. Like, with the whole thing, like, I don't really remember kind of hitting it, going to first base. I just remember kind of Galsey clapping and coming around third base. And then, it still doesn't feel real. That seems like a lifetime ago for me, just because of how much, it's been 2 years. And, but yeah, it was, I could still kind of rewatch it just to kind of did I actually do that? But yeah, that was cool, just because of how awesome the guys were to me when I first got called up. Like, that was such a special team. Like, Witt, Chappie, Galsey, and Bass, like, they were all just great to me, which, like, I really appreciate them for that, just because, rookie coming in, end of the year, but our tensions were kind of high just because of like where we were in the standings and everything like that. So they were just really awesome to me, which I just couldn't really appreciate enough for
That's
them.
amazing. That's amazing. Yeah. And hey, you're doing pretty good right now, especially this year. And especially since coming back from Buffalo, you've got great numbers on the season, a 930 OPS since coming back from Buffalo. What's been the big difference for you this time around up in the big leagues?
I'm just swinging the pitches I know I can handle. I feel like I definitely lost that last year. Like, I was searching for hits rather than, putting together good at bats. I feel like that's just not my game. But just swinging the pitches I know I can handle and hit over the fence, really hit the ball hard. And putting together good at bats for, walks too. Like, on base percentage is big for me. Like, I'm not going to hit for a high average. I know that. But if I can get on base more often than not, try to work my walks in, try to get my on base, around like not a specific number, but like pretty good amount of walks, I feel like I'm in a good spot. But yeah, I mean, I switched my stance up. If you look up from where I debuted, even this year, it's probably like 8 or 9 times where I switched my stance. Yeah. I just like doing that just because, like, I like having fun. I like imitating other people's stances, and sometimes I feel good that day. Sometimes I feel like I don't have it with my hands high, and then so I got to go in low. So it's just one of the things I do, and people make fun of me for it, or like, what stance are we going with today? But I just like doing it just to like get my mind off my actual swing and just go out there and just kind of try to do what other people are doing.
Yeah, I always found that was interesting because I was a big stance guy and I would play around with it a lot. But like, I'm curious, like, that doesn't mess with you when you're trying to get into like a launch position, like off the top?
No, just because normally I get in the same spot.
Right.
Mostly every single time. Like, me and Hunter, our assistant hitting coach, talk about it all the time. It's like, as long as you get to the same spot, I don't care what you do. That's what he says. And I usually, most of the time, I get to the same spot. Like, sometimes I do Aaron Judge's stance, Will Smith, like Trout stance. Like, I get to the same spot, and I naturally do, but the setup's just different, basically. But I just like doing that just because sometimes, like I said, my hands are feel worse in this spot and vice versa. And I just like to kind of just like have fun with it and like make people laugh in the dugout. Like, what stance is he going with today? And Miles loves it. So
yeah, what stance are we going with today? We got a game tonight.
I was kind of last game. I was doing like a Bobby Witt. I was trying to do him.
Okay.
It didn't look like him, but like that's the feel I was trying to do, literally.
Hey, you hit 2 homers with Bobby Witt, so I feel like you got to rock with it, you know?
I know. Well, it was funny. Like, I hit the homer, my first one, and then Hunter goes, "Is that Bobby Witt?" And I was like, "Yeah, I was." But you know, it might switch from next week or 2 weeks, so we'll see.
Yeah. You brought up the assistant hitting coach there, and it's something that a lot of Toronto Blue Jay fans have been, I guess, crediting the success of this offense and this team with this year is the new hitting coach, David Popkins, because, you know, you think about this roster and, you know, a lot of the guys who are doing it, yourself included, and, you know, so many other individuals. Well, last year, you know, we didn't have our best stuff, but this season, it's like everyone is hitting the ball proper. It's like everything is looking good. And the big change, it feels like, is David Popkins. What has he done, I guess, is my question. What has David Popkins done for you, for this lineup? What has he done differently? And, you know, is him adding him to this team, do you think that did make a big difference for everyone?
Yeah, 100%. I feel like he's coming in, especially to an organization you don't really know anyone. So from day one, it felt like he was there for 5 years just because of his personality. Like, he's such a great guy. And same with Lou, our other hitting coach too, and Hunter. Like, Hunter's been here for a bit, but all three of them together are just one good team that we have. And, you know, we're very lucky to kind of have them all together just because they all have a different input on like kind of the way you swing and the game, which is great. And they all agree on the same things a lot too. But like Pop is he's a big vibe guy. Like, so when we're ever hitting on the cage or in the field, he's just always making sure you're in the right headspace, which is what you need from a hitting coach too. Like, you need a guy who like boosts your confidence and kind of make sure you're in the right headspace going into the game. Just because one single, P of doubt, like, you're gonna be screwed that day. So Pop's always makes sure you're right there when it comes to your mental confidence. And Lou's like I would say the mechanics guy. Like, because he was working in LA, he kind of knows like a lot of like the hitting mechanics. Like, he's seen Shohei, Will Smith, Mookie, Freddie. So he's like big hitting mechanics guy. And Hunter, same as well. He's definitely a mechanics guy, but he's like kind of the game planning, and he just makes sure everyone kind of knows what the pitcher's trying to do to us and what we should try to do off him. But all three of them together are just great. So credit to them too. Like, all of them are been massive this year, and they don't get enough credit as they should.
Yeah. No, I hear that, man, and it's been awesome. You guys look like an old school baseball team from the 80s, just getting on base and hitting for high average. Now, speaking of hitting, you know, obviously we're at the game on Wednesday, and I saw a stat, I can't remember off the top of my head, but it was something like the Blue Jays are one of the best teams at responding when being scored on in the previous inning. And I wanted to know, when you guys get scored on, like, is there a conversation or some sort of mentality that, okay, now we got to go and attack at the play? Like, is there something different that happens when you're trying to respond, or is it kind of the same business, you know, even keel throughout?
I think it's just like kind of like a coincidence. I feel like it's the same thing from the first inning to the ninth. It doesn't matter if they score or not. I feel like we're having that same mindset no matter what. Yeah. But it's definitely for sure. Like, when we got scored on the other day, and I think when Caddy came in, like, I know Max was like, all right, this guy's fucking giving it up. Let's go. And so, like, the guys are definitely, everyone in the dugout is definitely like kind of involved and making sure they're watching the game, which is big. From like the starting pitching, everyone's kind of involved, even though they're not playing that day, which is great. Like, you want everyone kind of being on the same page in the dugout and cheering everyone on, and that's what everyone does. It's great to kind of see that unfold every single game. Everyone kind of locked in, rooting for each other, cheering for each other, and, you know, when everyone scores, everyone gets up, high fives everyone. It's not just like one guy gets up and kind of just high fives them. Everyone's on their feet and just making sure they're saying good job and stuff like that, which goes a long way for 162.
Yeah.
Okay. We got one final question for you, man. As you guys are entering into this Brewer series, obviously it's going to be a tough one, very tough competition. And we were looking ahead at the schedule, and you do have some good teams that you're going to be facing between now and hopefully playoffs. If you could give Toronto Blue Jays fans one message as you enter into this final push for playoffs, what is the one thing that you'd say to this fan base right now?
I don't know. I mean, this is not a tough question, but I would say just continue to show out. I feel like the fans have been awesome this year. I mean, you guys were there the other night on a Wednesday night game. Like, it was packed. Like, it was awesome there. So, like, that felt like a playoff experience already. And so if we can get fans there every single night just for like a weekend series or a weekday series, like, this team is special, and the fan base is special. So, but this team, I feel like it's one of a kind. I don't think I've ever been on a team like this before. And, everyone kind of has their own job on this team. And so if everyone can just do their job, then I feel like we're in a good spot when it comes to October.
Yeah, I like that, man. Davis, you've been an absolute pleasure. We appreciate you taking the time to come on here on the Blue Jays today. Hey, man, go kill it today. We're rooting for you out there.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Guys, that is Davis Schneider. Guys, what a legend, what a treat, and we appreciate all of his insight that he's brought to the table. If you guys enjoyed the interview, please make sure to hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. $4 a month to become a YouTube member. And shout out thank you to all of our current YouTube members. You guys are awesome.
Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and as always,
Go Jays, go.